Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, John, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Mona, good to see you, Mona. Hey, Ed Beatty Jr. is on with us. Good evening. Cassell is on from Jacksonville, Florida. Lorraine is with us. Desiree is here with us. Dolores is here. Glenda, good to see you. Loto is here with us. Good to see you. Tanya is here. Good evening, Tanya. Janet, I'm sending a heart right back to you. Gloria Wells is on with us. Good evening. Uh, Andrea Hargrove is on with us. Good evening. Good to see you. Christy, thank you for joining us. Denise is here. Good to see Laverne and Julia. Elandia, good to see you. Uh, My Tata, good evening to you. Good to see Linda and Joan as well. Thank you for joining us. Tanya Scott Green is with us. Deborah, good evening to you. Jeff and from the Honorable Jeff Booker from Sea Bright, New Jersey, checking in. We need to check in with you. How's New Jersey doing, man? Hope you're doing okay. Um, Jen, I will inbox you, but happy 16th birthday to Jen and friends, y'all. So if you get a chance, go by 16th birthday Jen and friends right there on Bull Street, just north of Broughton Street. Have the best martinis in the world for real. Go by there and say hello. Good to see you, Jackie. Thank you for your message the other day. Kim, thank you for joining us. Katina is on. Thank you, Katina, for joining us. Sharonette, hope you are doing well. Good to see Priscilla on, Dr. Priscilla Williams. I'm glad to have you on with us. Angela is on with us. Good evening, Angela. Christina, I need an appointment. You playing games with me, Christina. I need an appointment. What you gonna do? I need an appointment. Hey, LaShawn, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Elder Flossie. Good evening to you. Good to see you, sweetie. Thank you for joining us. Monica is on with us. Good evening, Monica. La La, hey Queen, good to see you. Thank you. See Nicole is on and on time, so it's good to see you. Lita, good evening. I missed you for the last 2 days. Hope you're doing okay. Happy Friday, Crystal. Good evening to you, Shirley. Blessings to you this evening as well. Uh, Lisa is on as well. Good afternoon to you. Katie is on with us. Bondell is on. Good to see you. Let me see. Whoa, I missed some folks. Jason, good evening, sir. C.L. Quarterman, good evening to you. Sarah Stevens, all the way from Liberty County. Good to always have you on with us. Gloria Frazier, good to see you, Gloria. Thank you for joining us. Ariel, hello. Happy Friday to you. Kiana, good evening to you. Happy Friday to you. Uh, all right. Also, Sharon, Sharon Taswell, yes, ma'am. So duly noted. Crystal, yes, so Crystal is going to go with the Jen and Friends. They do have some great drinks and great atmosphere, great people. Ramona, good evening to you. Danny is on with us. Good to see you, Danny. Um, I don't know who you are, and so I'm going to ignore you. Uh, let's see. Shauna, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Angelina, hello. It's always good to see you as well. Thank you very much. Um, Let me see. We can, let's see. Angelina as well. I think I said LaShawn. And Roshan is on as well. Uh, Good to see uh, Paula on. And yes, we are. Tara is strong. Yes. Good to see you, Jacqueline. Thank you for joining us. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Hello. Hello, Evelyn. Good to see you. And Gina, I'm waving back at you. Good evening. Thank you for joining us as well. Um, and Carol, we missed you. Everybody was asking, where's Carol? So I figured you out saving some animals somewhere. But it's good to see you. Hope your family uh, is doing well as well. Hey, Bernard, good to see you, sir. And always good to see Molly and Marsha Lieberman on and sending out love to Mr. Bruce. Hope you are doing well, sir, as well. Who else? Who else? Where we going? Where we going? We're going. Um, let's see. Christina says she has me. Yeah, right. Kim, good to see you. Phyllis is on as well. Maisha, good evening. Thanks for joining us. And and Sarah is on all the way from Rome, Georgia, which is Floyd County, the home of Wendy Davis um, and the Rome Braves. And so, Sarah, we are really glad to have you in Savannah with us on Friday nights. We're glad you're with us. Good to see Sister Luanda Tillman. Um, Good to see you back in the saddle from your whirlwind trip around the South. So glad that you're back. Cassidy, good to see you. Hello. Tidris, good evening to you as well. Glad to have you. And I see Erica on, which means that the world's sweetest sweetie is on. So hey, Maya, good to see Maya on with us. Henry, good to see you. Good evening to you. And Lala, yes, I did. I did. It's a big story. I got to tell you about it. Tanya, thank you. Good evening to you. Lucy's on with us as well. Chastity, good to see you, Chastity. Thank you for joining us. Aunt Ali is on. Good to see you. Ali, good to see you as well. Uh, Sharon, good to see you, Miss Sharon. Hope you are doing well. Thank you, Sheila. We appreciate you being on with us. And Jackie, thank you as well. And we have Moselle on from St. Helena Island. This is Helena. But thank you for joining us. Glad to have you on out to our neighbor. Thank you to the north. I'm glad to see you. Um, let's see. Okay, so Lita was out sick all week, but no COVID. Good. Jackie. All right, everybody. It's Jacqueline Graves' birthday. Happy birthday, Jacqueline. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you some quick love for your birthday. So happy birthday to you, and we hope that you have a awesome day. It's Jackie's birthday, y'all. So Terry Ann is on with us. Thank you for joining us. Robin, thank you so much as well. Good to see you. Jordan is warming up her Sharpie for me. No, Jordan is warming up a Sharpie for me. Okay, as well. Alexis is on. Sharon Akins, my cousin, is on. Good to see you. Shakita is on as well. Sandra is on. Good to see the great Terry Mobley on with us. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us as well. Rhonda from New York is on. Hey, Rhonda. Hope you are doing okay. Oh, okay. Well, Jordan, do you, man? Do you? Sheila, yeah, we not doing foolishness tonight. Janita as well. Lasheen is on. Thank you very much. Sean, thank you very much. Veronica, good evening to you. Thank you very much. Hey, my brother Richard Dinkins, good to see you, sir. Hey, Sister Annette, good to see you as well. Rebecca is on with us as well. Tammy is on, and Tammy is doing better, and I am very happy to hear that. Good to see you on, Tammy. Thank you for joining us. Bobby is on with us as well. And Miriam is on. Her birthday is tomorrow, so it's Virgo season. So let me go ahead and get this out the way. All the Virgos in the house, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday as well. Pastor Thurman Tillman is on, and so welcome back, Pastor. Glad to have you. Hope you had a chance to get some rest. I doubt it. Hey, Melanie, thank you for joining us as well. Glad to have you with us. Let's see. Isabella's on, and Renee is on. Crystal as well. Hey, Ashley, thank you for joining us. Ivania, thank you for joining us. The always awesome queen herself, Lori Jones Lewis, is on. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Diana is on. Gloria, thank you for joining us. Hello. Good evening to you. Let me see. Let's see. Keith, North Carolina versus Virginia Tech are playing with thousands of fans in the stand without masks. I feel you. I mean, either you want to stop it or you don't. So Cheryl says it's been a rough week for her family, and so you are in our prayers, and y'all send out your love and prayers for Cheryl as well. Let's see. What's wrong with my voice? Probably just the end of the week. I've been talking a lot as usual. Um, and then Casey is on from Hepsville, um, Georgia. So thank you very much as well. Barbara Dolores is on. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to see you. Crystal is on, and Elaine is from Augusta, so she's on in Richmond County. Savannah's her hometown. So hey, Elaine, thank you for joining us. Nina, thank you. Awesome you. Thank you. Keisha is on. Good evening. Glad to have you. And let's see. Angela is on as well, and Zebeda is on. Good to see you. Cynthia Sampson is on. Good evening. Shayla is on. Thank you. Hello. Hey, Burdell Jones is on. Good to see you. Hello. Nikki Denmark is on. Katie is wishing happy birthday to all of the Virgos. Lenora is on. McQuan Green, good to see you. Hope things are going well. Patricia Brown is on. Good to see you as well. Let's see. Oh, okay. I was looking. I saw one Dinkins. Now I see two. Good to see you, Sister Dinkins. Good to see you, Joy. And let's see. The Honorable Linda Wilder Bryan is on the hardest working person anywhere. So good to see her on as well. Zane is on. Zane, you went in. I felt really protected. I felt sorry for them after you went in on people. They were just disagreeing with me, and you just went in. Golly, ooh. But good to see you, Zane. Appreciate you. I know you have a gift with words. Good to see the Honorable Cynthia Elaine Jenkins, the Mayor Pro Tem of Noonan, Georgia, on with us. Good to see you. Glad to have you with us. Nikki is on with us as well. April says, okay, second vaccine Moderna best friend tested positive again. Let's hold our test again. Right. Hey, Michelle. Gannon is on with us. And so I want to say hello to Gannon. Gannon is 16 years old, and we are glad to have you for what we call date night. This is grown folks talk. And so if it's stuff that you just don't understand, talk to your mom about it. And Gannon, sometimes there are people who say really mean things to people, and I try my best, and I'm going to have to really be on my best behavior. I try to turn the other cheek so that you'll be proud of me, but sometimes it doesn't work. So glad to have you, Gannon, with us as well. So thank you. Sarah is on. Hello, Sarah. And Shalina is on as well. Janita, thank you. All right, good to see Stephanie on. Thank you for your prayers and your declarations. Allison is on. And Andrea, hello, good to see you. Ruth, hello, as well. And Andrea, I appreciate you praying for everybody. Miss Toya, we'll talk about it. Melissa, good evening to you as well. And Lanice, good to see you. Always good to see my sweetheart Brittany. Odom, good to see you as well. Good to see Grazel on. Good to see you. Thank you. And Maisha is watching the same game. Renee is on. Good to see you as well. Patricia, good to see you. And so let's get to it. Christina, good evening. Akia is on. Good to see you, Pastor. Cassandra is on. Thank you. Good evening. Wow, good to see you, Cassandra. And I know you had to cut your phone conversation short. We needed you to be here, Renee. Your wedding is coming up soon. Wanda is here as well. Keith is on. Brother Keith, good to see you. And Joanne is sick, but not with COVID, so we're glad about that. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Morales. I do remember you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Edwin Markey is on with us as well. Diana is on. And we have Rayella on from Missouri. Katasha is on. Sharon, you are the GOAT of all times. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about it. It is Friday. And if it's Friday in Savannah, Georgia, if it's Friday in Savannah, Georgia during the pandemic, if it's Friday in Savannah, Georgia during the pandemic, and you have no place that you have to be, you are with me. Yes, it is Friday. That meant we made it through another week. It is date night. This is September the 3rd, 2020. Today makes 76 weeks. 76 weeks we've been doing this every Friday for the last 76 weeks. For the last 532 days, we have gotten together every single Friday. If it was a holiday, we got together. If it was bad weather, we got together. If we were out doing other things, we got together. 76 weeks, 532 days, we have gotten together, we have been together, and we appreciate you joining us. We appreciate you being with us. We appreciate you being a part of our growing family. We appreciate you because we could not do this if it had not been for you. And so to all of you, thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your information. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your well wishes. And even for those people who don't mean us as well, hello to you, and we are glad that you're here as well. Somebody got to watch. So we're glad that you're here. So thank you very much. And we appreciate you. 76 weeks, 532 days. We are making something happen here in Savannah. So 2 things we want you to do as we always do. Good to see Marjorie Young on. 2 things we want you to do. The first thing, we want you to like the page. Like my page. I think I'm trying to get to 30,000 likes. I think I want 30,000. So I think I'm somewhere close. So if you can go ahead and like this page. I want you to like the page. I'm trying to get to 30,000. Let's go ahead and get to 30,000. Okay? Then second thing is I want you to share this video. Share the video because we're not selfish during date night. You know, we're not trying to keep each other to ourselves. So, you know, we like enjoying each other and spending time with each other, and we want to try to get the information, get the discussion out. We believe here that we can communicate. We can even disagree, and it's really okay. It's okay. It is okay. But we also agree that we can be agreeable in our disagreement. That we don't have to be disrespectful, and that we can do this because it's a whole bunch of ideas, a whole bunch of thoughts, and so I'm just asking, please, ma'am, and please, sirs. Ed did not do it tonight, but we insist on respect. So please, we want you to be able to do that. So, like the page, go ahead and share the video. We appreciate that. And Zane, we are praying for one of your family members. So yeah, go ahead and click the video and put share, just share. But make sure to like the page. Again, we try to get to 30,000 people. So good to see you, LaMonica. Thank you. And E. Joyce, good to see you as well. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. First of all, our thoughts and prayers are definitely out to our friends, in Louisiana and in Mississippi, particularly New Orleans, still without power, and then up here in New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I just want you to know, y'all know what the deal is. Y'all see the backdrop. I'm in a different spot. Sometimes you have to come check on your folk yourself. So as much as I love y'all, I had to come check on my own folk. And sometimes the way you do that is you have to put eyes on them. So I had to come here to see what was happening in New York. And so some folks are all right, really okay, and then some folks are really not doing well. Good to see you, Pastor Paulin and Patricia. Thank you for joining us. And I want us to be very mindful. I mean, the most controversial post I think I ever did was I said a post saying that climate change and global warming was real. And you would have thought that I said that Satan was Lord of the world, where people were jumping up and going all crazy about that. If you don't think that something has changed in our environment, either you have not been on planet Earth, or you are, I don't know, you must not be old enough. Obviously I've been around long enough. I remember hurricanes. I've lived in hurricanes. Good to see you, Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker. But I've been around. I've seen hurricanes. I've lived through hurricanes. I've been in hurricanes and tropical storms. and the the it's just different. Here in New York, they declared their first flash flood ever, ever, and it wasn't supposed to be that. But essentially, this storm came up here and connected with something else, and the amount of rainfall that was generated over a short period of time, I mean, was absolutely amazing to the point where um, it was bad. It's bad. And so, um, you know, there is a change in this climate. July was the hottest July on record. That should tell you something. And I think, here people expected it to be just raining. They did not expect for it to be all that it was. And that's why people really got caught off guard because they did not expect to get all that they got. So I want you to know that, well, for me, and thank y'all for asking. My parents are well, they're fine. Again, hopefully you understand I had to come and see about them myself. I mean, it's one thing to hear about it on the phone. I wanted to come and see and inspect for myself. And so that's why I did a little quick trip to come and do that, and I'll be back. But I wanted to come and see about it myself. But this thing is real. And I think Artesia, good to see you. Arlene, thank you for joining us. The issue for me is this: two things, and then we'll move on to COVID. Um, our peak of our hurricane season is generally around September the 10th, which is next week. From September the 10th until October the 10th ish, in that time, hey Kiana, is usually our peak time. 2 weeks ago, the people in New Orleans were not thinking about hurricanes. It wasn't on their mind. Certainly, the people here in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, they were not thinking about that. Um, but yet it happened. And, that just shows you how quickly things happen, how quickly things occur. And so that is, to me, a cautionary tale to all of us in Savannah. Please, I mean, next week, this thing could get real funky for us. Good to see you, Beverly. Um, it could get real funky for us. So I need you to have a plan. I want all of us, because we might be doing Friday Night Live from some bunker somewhere in the next couple of weeks. So I need you to have a plan. Ask yourself the question: if you had to get up out of there, hey, Miss Dami, good to see you from Augusta. You know your daughter's special, right? Like real special, right? I know she is real special. But hey, Selma, good to see you. But the issue for us is this: if you could not answer the question, if you had to get up out of your house in 1 hour, could you do it? If you can't answer the question, where do you go if you had to leave? If you need to stay for, 2 weeks? If you can't answer the question, do you know what is in your house? Do you have an inventory of your house? You have a TV in your living room. What kind of TV it is? What's the model number? How much did it cost? When did you buy it? If you know where your jewelry and your important papers are, do you understand that if you needed to go, then where is your marriage license? Where are your birth certificates? Do you have them in a box? Are they digitized? or if water was coming through your house all of a sudden, as it did here for a lot of basement apartments. And I know because it happened to my parents here when Hurricane Sandy came. As you know, well, many of you might know if you're familiar with Brooklyn, we're right off of Canarsie and Canarsie Bay. And so when the water came in, it came into basements. We have basements here, and so the water was in the basement. And it's like, what do you do? Do you have your medication? Would you need medication? So these are the types of things that you need to know. And if you have somebody you're going to go to, have you called them already and asked them, could you come? Because they may not love you as much as you think they love you. And sometimes they're not going to take you, and they're not going to take all your kids or your issues for a really long period of time. Do you have insurance to cover your home? Is your insurance up to date? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. If you're a renter, you should have insurance. There is nothing stopping you from having insurance. So, I reached out to Mayor Cantrell in New Orleans, and certainly any way we can be of help, we're going to be of help to them. But, there were some people, I ain't going nowhere, I'm going to stay. Well, they stayed. Well, but the problem is they have no power. And it's hell hot in New Orleans with all of this water all over the place and alligators swimming up and down the streets. And so when you make the decision to stay, you're also making the decision that emergency personnel may not be able to get to you. Good to see you, Tia. If you don't have food, if your food goes bad, what are you gonna do? Are you ready? And so I'm saying that, and I'm taking the time to say, I know we want to talk about COVID. Good to see you, Ben. But this is something that we really have to talk about, because there are people here in New York and people in Queens and in Brooklyn and New Jersey, and that all of a sudden have lost everything, and because they do not have it. They do not have renter's insurance, and so the homeowner's insurance covers the home. It does not necessarily cover your contents. So I might have to get Lakeisha, you might have to come on and talk about insurance, and then we have to have Renee come on and talk about organization to help you get this stuff together. We have to have this stuff going on. You need to. For me, I'm not in a flood zone anymore. But I'll tell you this much. I have flood insurance. I don't have to have it, but I have it because it's cheaper. It's cheaper when you don't have to have it. And again, keep in mind now, flood insurance is rising water. And so your homeowner's insurances generally don't cover rising water. So again, I just want to make sure we'll get some people on to talk to you all about that. But we need to make sure, don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait. A lot of people have waited till the last minute, and you don't know where you're going, who's going to take your dog, or you have a car that won't get out of town. You have to have that stuff figured out. And as we found out, sometimes it's us going to them, but sometimes it's people coming to us. New Orleans is going to have a hard way to go for quite some time. What happens when you can't work? You save. We don't save any money at all, even a little bit of money, and sometimes it's going to take time for help to get to us. We have to have those things, making sure we take care of those things. So just do that. So I'm just saying I want that help. We have to make sure, if you have parents with you as I do. I mean, how do you take care of your parents? I mean, obviously I'm in Georgia, so I mean, I have to make sure that they're all right. And so I want you to start really thinking about a plan. And I didn't mean to keep going over and over it again, but you need to have a plan. Again, next week starts our time. And, the fact is, it only takes a couple of days for us to be in a situation. We didn't evacuate last year, but there were 2 years in a row that we did evacuate. And you have to have a plan. You have to know what it is you're going to do. So, um, you know, COVID makes all of this way, 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 way worse. And so, um, let's just make sure we have a plan. So, anyway, but our thoughts and prayers let them keep going for people in New Orleans, in Louisiana, in Mississippi, and in New Jersey, New York area, in the Pennsylvania areas, here in Queens and in Brooklyn as well. Make sure you get that done. I want you to take the time to do the work. Savannah, as you know, is a flood area. We're low land. Given the right circumstances, we are going to flood. No matter what infrastructure we put into the ground, we cannot stop Savannah from flooding. And so, if you think that we can, I hate to disappoint you. We are low land. So, because it's low land, if it rains at the right time for a long period of time, we flood because our pumps can't get the water out fast enough. So I just want to make sure that you know that. Okay, let's make sure we have that, and make sure you understand that. So do that. But anyway, yeah, thank you, Rose. Yeah, know how you're gonna get out. Know where you're gonna go. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. In terms of COVID in Chatham County, not much better. Jennifer says she'll help with flood insurance. So, get a chance. Shout out to Jennifer and the Keishas out there too. We had 255 new cases of COVID between yesterday and today. 255 new cases. Our rolling average on August the 28th was 306.1. We are down a little bit. Dimitri, good to see you, my brother. We are down to 261.1. So we're down slightly, but we're still very, very, still very high. So we went from 306.1 on August the 25th, 28th, until 261.1 on September the 2nd. The community transmission index on August the 23rd, we were at 1397. Today we're at 1322. So again, down very, very slightly. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that. We've gone from 1397 to 1322. Yeah, I just thought about it. It's hot in here. They be loving the heat up in here. It's hot outside. They got the heat on. I'm wondering why am I here sweating? I realize why they got the heat. I think they got the heat on. I think they got the heat on. I think they got the heat on for real. Our percentage of positive tests on August the 6th, we were 21.1%. We're down as of the 27th to 17%. Again, very, very slight decreases, but still dangerously and extraordinarily high. Our hospitalizations as of today, we have 141 folks in Memorial for COVID. We have 82 in Candler for COVID, and we have 80 people in St. Joe's for COVID. It gives us 303 that are in hospitals here. So those are our numbers as related by the health department. And so, as you know, the health department in the state has a system by which they report those numbers. And I will tell you that they are not they're reported. So there's a lag in between when this kind of stuff happens. So I just want to make sure you know it and you're very very clear about that. So um, I understand that our school system, about 10% or so of our kids, of that 37,000 kids, are in some form of um, COVID infection. Simply put, we need their parents we need their parents to be vaccinated. We need their parents to be vaccinated. We need our, um, you know, we need that to happen. We need parents to get that done. And thank you, Sarah says if anybody has to evacuate north to Rome, she says reach out. Um, Nicole says she's 50, scheduled for her first vaccine Tuesday, reading about people dying after vaccinations. Nicole, 0.00003% of the people, of the 4 million people who have gotten vaccinations, have died. 0.00003. So, Nicole, don't be torn. Get the vaccine. You know, we got the vaccine here, and we still here. We good. We are good. So I would much rather you, you know, get the vaccine. You stand a much better chance of getting sick, being hospitalized without the vaccine than you do with the vaccine. So Nicole, go ahead and do it. As well, Lenard, good to see you as well. Linda, just kind of share the link. I don't have it, but it's on my page about utility assistance and rental assistance that they're providing as well. Um, let's see. Thank you, Lakeisha. Um, that's a good point, LaShawn. I mean, you know, when we have pain, we take it. But yeah, it's 4 zeros, 0.00003%. So if anybody out here, Brenda, good to see you, Brenda. Um, if anybody can calculate that, 0.00003% of like 4.1 million people, that should tell you how many people have died. You know, you're always going to have some things going better. Um, Joanne, New York City is doing much better. Thank you, Beat. We appreciate you. Um, you know, we have New York City is doing better because they have a mask mandate. They're wearing masks, and they're telling you if you come into Broadway shows, you have to be vaccinated. And they're telling you everybody. I mean, I took the train from the airport here, and um, everybody had on masks. Everybody. I mean, the homeless folks had on masks, and you know they are getting vaccinated. And so, you know, I mean, obviously, you don't have the type of stuff we have in Georgia when people sitting here talking about, you know, whether or not you should wear a mask or not. To me, that's a no-brainer. Sarah says that we had a 13-year-old pass from COVID. I was not familiar about that. So, Sarah, thank you for letting us know. We appreciate that. Hey, Cynthia, good to see you, ma'am. Glad to have you with us. So, you know, we're still going back and forth, and we're still talking about, you know, how do we deal with this issue? We have to get people vaccinated, and see, you know, the thing that's scary to me is that if we have to evacuate during a COVID situation, I mean, that's the scary part for me. It's the fear. It's the fear for me because, I mean, first of all, people are not going to want our unvaccinated folks. We have to depend on the goodwill of cities to take people. So, you know, we need your help. Um, okay, so April had her second Moderna. Good for you. Um, Gina, you're in New York. Gina, I hope you're not following me because I was on a flight today. I hope you were not following me. And yeah, Lakeisha, this is all they had in here. So, I mean, here it is. It's water though. Carolyn, good to see you as well. Carolyn, I hope you're doing all right. Kate, I hope you are um, doing okay. And yeah, and she raised a good point. And Anissa, good to see you. Thank you for joining us um, as well. And yeah, I mean, our healthcare workers are overwhelmed. So thank you for reminding us of that. Um, Take care of them. And so uh, when hospitals are overwhelmed, then there are other surgeries that people need. There's other care that hospitals have to prioritize. And so, you might think it might be you, but then if you need or your child needs help, you may not be able to get the help you need because they don't have room for you. And we're the ones that people divert to. We have nowhere to divert to. So just keep that in mind. And thank you, Brother Keith, for letting us know again. Bishop Matthew Odom and the Temple of Glory, they're doing vaccinations at their church on Stiles Avenue. Stiles Avenue, I think, is just south of Gwinnett Street. The Temple of Glory Community Church, they're doing vaccinations at 12:30. You don't have to be a member of their church to come. They're inviting everybody who wants to come get a vaccine. Go ahead and get the vaccine. So, um, all right. Deidre says that 0.3% have died in the state of Savannah. No, it's actually Chatham County. Um, yeah, this is Chatham County. So, um, the vaccine is being pushed, but a much higher percentage of students are being affected, and schools are remaining open. Well, because I mean, the fact is, if you close them, what happens? You've now also affected a lot of parents. I mean, so there's a medical side for the school system, and I understand it. Um, you're talking about a very small. You talk about less than 10% of kids have become infected, of 37,000 kids. And so, as long as they're able to quickly identify, quickly isolate, and quickly um, do notifications, they feel like they can keep this going on. To close schools again creates even a bigger hazard for many kids. So I think they have to balance that part out. But again, I'm not with the school system, so you have to ask them. But they have an approach that seems to be thoughtful. Um, George, I am doing well. Um, Gene, I hope you're not following me. I mean, I have to get my security detail to deal with you. So, um, let's see. Go get some hail and hearty soup. Yeah, 65 Court Street. Yes. Um, well, Deidre, these ain't my facts. This is the health department's facts. I propose, Deidre, not to have any facts. This is not my facts. You can go to the Coastal Health District's website yourself, and you can look at those numbers for yourself. I mean, again, uh, I do not make myself into any expert on any of this. Just like I don't think, unless you're a medical doctor, you can make yourself. And hopefully, you don't have any facts. We just make decisions based on the best information that we have. So it's really easy for people to sit back and say, we should do this, or you should do this, or you should do that. It's something different when you sit in the seat and you're responsible for folks in their lives. We have chosen here in Savannah, at least as long as I'm in this position, that we're going to follow the science. And so, therefore, we get the science from those that are charged with analyzing and making recommendations, and then we follow it from there. That's what we do here. So, um, you know, I'm sorry if you disagree. And in terms of the school system, I mean, I'm not over the school system, but they're doing the best that they can. I mean, I think that for parents that are not interested, there are options. There are private school options. There's home learning options. There are homeschooling options. But I think that given a relatively low percentage of the 37,000 kids, they've chosen to try to be able to push through as long as they can. I am sure that there's a threshold for them, at which point they will have to close schools if it gets worse. But we know the key to getting the student infections down is to get the parent vaccinations up. So, I mean, mean, we could disagree, but that's it. Oh, Boone's Farm. Yeah, I do remember that. See, some of y'all too old to our Boone's Farm strawberry. All right, good night, Dietrich. Thank you for joining us. Um, let's see. Dolores. That's funny, Dolores. Guess what I had? I had Chinese food today. Like, I had to have some. I got Chinese food. Tomorrow I'm going to get some pizza. I'm going to get some pizza. And hopefully, um, Junior's will be open. I'm going to have to slip by there if I can. Um, so let's see. Selma, college students remaining quarantined. No. At the public schools in Georgia, Georgia Southern and Savannah State, they're not required to be vaccinated. I believe at SCAD they're beginning to require vaccination or testing. So, Anne Marie is she's vaccinated, trying to get the booster. Um, yeah, Anne Marie, I hope you're doing better, and thank you for exercising some wisdom. I want you to live too. I want you to be okay. So, um, I want you to be there. Let's see. Audrey has finally joined us. Audrey, why are you late, Audrey? Um, Jaquil, I mean, the red cup. Look, usually when I'm home, I have all of my accoutrements, but I'm not home. I'm in the people's house. So since I'm in their house, I have to drink out of what they have. So just want to let you know. Um, let's see. Uh, get parents to wear a mask around the kids. No, I agree, Tisha. You raised an excellent point. Again, I mean, the fact is, kids didn't get sick by themselves. They're around adults that are not vaccinated. And so, and we know that there were parents that sent their kids to school knowing they were sick. They knew they were sick, and they sent them anyway. And so, as long as parents are not vaccinated, as long as they're not wearing masks and doing responsible, safe behavior, they're going to have kids that are sick, and those kids are going to come and put other kids in jeopardy of catching it. So, yeah. Um, Ruth, good for you. Zane, Marguerite, Marguerite's Pizza in Jamaica Avenue is all right. There's some in Brooklyn that are better, Zane. I'm just saying, there's some pizza that's better. So I'll get on that. Lakeisha says, bring, freeze the pizza and Chinese food. It's not the same. And really, I really need to go to White Castle. Although my stomach can't take it anymore, but I might ride out tonight and just go get just two of them. But I pay for it when I do it nowadays. I used to eat all of them, but now I can't do it. So Sheila says she's 62, her husband's 64. They've had health problems. They're asking that please take the shot. They've lost a friend to this one. A funeral was last Saturday. Other friend's son, Daniel Frazier, is tomorrow. And yes, we send out our thoughts and prayers to our friend, Daniel Frazier, 48 years old, former school board member, just all around good guy, worked with our kids, and he's passed on. So his thoughts and prayers are with us and his family as we lay him to rest tomorrow. Let's see. And Joanne, all right, we see you, Barbara Kaufman. We see you. I was looking for you. I mean, I didn't see you or your daughter. Jaquil, I love you too. And Ms. Tillman wants cheesecake from Junior's. I'll see what I can do for you. Joanne loves the color of my parents' walls, so I'll let them know that you like the color of their walls. Yvette, yes, I just got here. Jaquil, you in Port Woodworth? Well, we love people in Port Woodworth too. So let's see. today. Wow. Janelle, you finally moved to Savannah? I am so happy. Welcome to Savannah. I'm going to give you a hug on that one. I'm glad that you are with us. I'm trying to get it on. But good to see you as well. Glad to have you on with us. Mine, Tata, it took too long to contact trace. Took Sister 2 days to get through to the nurse. I am sorry to hear that. Um, Paula, thank you so much. We appreciate you always having you with us. Um, and Kiana, yeah. Maria, it is Murder Burgers. That's Murder Burgers. It is Murder Burgers. Uh, but it's so good. But you deal with them later. I mean, nowadays, I mean, when I was a child, I ate as a child. When I became a man, I can't eat childish things because the way my stomach is set up, it's not good. So, so Sheila hates White Castle, and Tisha says she's in Rankin. I'm glad you're doing now, Miss Fabrice. Now I might go get me some beef patty tomorrow. A beef patty, some sorrow. Yes, yes. So I might do that. So um, Ruth says she's 73. Take the shot. She got the shot. Ruth is Savannah strong, y'all. She did it. So we love Ruth for that. Um, and Keisha, be nice. Um, all right. See, Selma, now you from Brooklyn because um, I was right there. I was raised right there, right by Empire Boulevard, blocks from that White Castle. That was my White Castle, and we used to go there like late at night, come back with a bag full of White Castles. We ain't supposed to be talking about that right now, but anyway. Um, and Kiana wants Spanish food for the bodega. I might do some of that as well, um, but nonetheless, um, Lakeisha, ostrich meat. Zane, that is not true. Christiana, good to see you as well. Well, Zane, I do. That Sorrel is right across from McAvis. But I mean, I think for us today, the the I want us not to get weary, and I know that it's easy for us to really be tired. Um, we have been living this in real time. And let me tell you just from me, I can't talk about your story. Crystal, you're late. Your mama just got here too, but I noticed you just slipped in here. But this is tiring, y'all. Um, it's been tiring for me. Um, that every day, for over 500 days, we have discussed COVID, that has dominated our conversation. And I'm tired of seeing people sick. I'm tired of seeing people die. People either that I know, or people that I loved, or people that are connected to people that I know and love. Strangers. I'm tired of our medical and healthcare system being overburdened. Doctors, nurses, and techs, um, CNAs, having to deal with the constant influx of people coming in that are really, 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 really sick. Um, I'm tired of teachers having to come to work and not really be very clear about who it is in their classroom, or bus drivers not really knowing who's on their bus. And for whatever reason, I have to surmise that God is up to something. I just know He hadn't told me what it was. But my advice to you, to us, is to hang in there. Um, we've made it this far. For us, 76 weeks, 532 days, and we made it through together. I'm convinced that we can make it through anything if we hang together and make it through together. So, for those of you, and it might be somebody on here who feels just overwhelmed with it all, hang in there. Don't give up. There has to be an end part to this. COVID is not going to be the end of us. COVID is not going to be the end of you. We have survived alpha, beta, gamma variants, and now there's lambda and there's mu. But we have to keep locking arms and keep depending on each other to get us through these times. That is what makes Savannah strong. Because in Savannah, we keep the faith and we follow the science. The faith is that we will get through this. There is no doubt in my mind that we will get through this. No doubt. I just don't know when. And I just don't know how. But I believe that we will. And so I get up every morning knowing and believing, and sometimes you got to tell yourself that this is temporary. There's any storm that comes. That it comes, and some stay a little longer than others. But at some point, the storm goes away. So, to our parents and to our seniors and to our moms and dads, I'm committed to making sure that as many of us make it through this as possible. I need us to make it through as possible. And we can do this. We can do it. Okay? Don't get tired. Don't get weary. Don't throw in the towel. We need you. I plan to exit the finish line of this with all of y'all with me. We gonna get through this together. And yeah, I know I was kind of perturbed too. We were finally talking about finally getting together and celebrating Friday Night Live for real. And then this happened. It's frustrating. But greater is He that is in me and you. There's someone bigger than you and I. And so knowing that, understanding that, and I'll tell you this and I'll leave. When I was growing up, there were times where I would be scared of stuff. And I know for me that as long as I held my mama or my daddy's hand, because they were bigger than me, they had more knowledge than me, that for whatever it was worth, as long as I was with them, I was going to be okay, because they were going to take care of me. And I want you to know that I believe that there's someone who will take care of you, who's bigger than you, who can see the horizon more than you can. And sometimes we just scared of stuff and don't know why we scared of it. I went and I got my first haircut, I remember, and I was terrified because I had never got a haircut before. I mean, now I get haircuts all the time, but it was that first one, I was scared. I mean, what is this? What is it you put in my head? And I look at little boys, now getting their first haircut, and they're crying, they're screaming because they just don't know what to expect. But yet all the men that sit around and watch this young boy screaming and crying understand that this is a part of the process. You're becoming bigger. And so in our growth process, which is sometimes scary and sometimes uncomfortable, it's a part of the process. We will emerge from this better than we were before. So it's scary to us, but there's someone bigger who understands it and who has our back. And so I want you to know that. Don't allow yourself to give up because you just don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't have to know what tomorrow brings. You just got to know who holds tomorrow. And that's none of my business. None of my business. None of my business. Because somebody bigger than me got tomorrow covered. He got tomorrow covered already. I just got to walk in it. And I need you to walk in it. So, I need you to be okay. So, know I care about you. Know I appreciate you. Know that we have walked this journey now for 76 weeks together. And there was a time when we were back at week 20 when we didn't think we were going to make it, or week 10 we didn't think we were going to make it, and it's 76 weeks and we are still here. Our vaccinated mast cells are still here. Lambda will come, the Mu will come. It's all right. We're still here. Just have faith that you're going to make it through it. And I believe we will. So, again, make sure you're washing your hands, you're watching your distance, you're wearing your mask, and you're being vaccinated. And as far as I'm concerned, don't be hanging around people too much if they're not vaccinated. I don't care who they are. And, for the most part, if, you're around people you don't know who they are, who they're with, then, nah. We gotta make it through. We are playing to win. We're not playing not to lose. We are playing to win. And COVID will not beat us. No matter what variant it is, we're going to do it. And we're going to do it together. Together. So that does it for me. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so glad that you joined us. I don't know about Monday. I think I'm going to give you a Monday break for Labor Day. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our Friday date night. Know that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And again, we will see you soon. All right? Appreciate you all. Good night.